So I'm just at home here taking a little break from chainsaw carving, and I want to explain something for the very beginning carvers or just even seasoned carvers. I need to carve, I need to do something. So today's my second day off of chainsaw carving, and I'm not rested enough, but I need to do something. Now, I need inspiration. So it's good to have different shapes of wood around your house. Like this one is a bug hole piece, a wormhole piece that I could do, cedar. This is a hollow piece that I cleaned up the wood on. I forget what kind of, maybe it was a live video or something. So what do I want to do? And when I get like this, where it's not unmotivated, but when I just get like, I don't have any plans to carve anything, the best thing for me to do is a wood spirit. And this is going to be maybe like a wizard, an old cloth hat wizard. And I don't care for all the people that say, oh, yeah, another wood spirit video, how boring, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you think it's boring, simply press the stop button right now. You don't have to watch this. I'll give you a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, press stop. Good. Okay, bye. Anyways, so I think I don't want to do that much carving today. Like, I don't want to get myself into a big project. When I make these YouTube videos, they're not like 3-day carvings for the Dremel. They're usually like do it in a couple hours, get it done, and make the video. This would be a lot quicker to do. Carve a wood spirit in this wormhole wood. It's got a flat back, so it would be a perfect wall hanger. Now, one of my favorite carvings I ever did was a wormhole piece. I made it look like a sea creature kind of coming out of the water, and I poured epoxy on it, made it look like the epoxy was water dripping off the face, for all you that remember that. But I don't think I want to do this, use this one today. Let's put this back here. I think I want to do this one. So I asked you guys' opinion on other videos. How should I do it? Should I make it like this? Should I make it the other way? This is going to be a light. Like, I'm going to put a light inside here. Okay? But I think for myself, now I'm kind of on the fence. I kind of wanted to make it a wall hanger, so it would hang on the wall like this. But to do that, I'll have to take it outside quickly and buck this off with my chainsaw so it sits flatter, so it kind of hides some of the spot. This part here will go lower towards the table. But now I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I just kind of leave it the way it is. I wanted to carve an old wizard on here. And you got to think, where are you going to put the light on the inside here? I don't like seeing the light direct. When I'm doing something like this, I don't like to see the cable. So what do you want to do, Jordy? Now, this is the time where you just kind of sit here. I think I'm just going to carve it like this. I would like to put some negative space in here also, so you can see the light coming through it. But that's where you got to plan. Where are you going to put the light? You're going to put light here. You're going to put it back here. You're going to use the strip light stuff. Are you going to use, what are you going to use for lighting? Are you going to use a normal light bulb? You just gotta think. You want the light to shine out here. You want the light to shine out the whole piece. So what do you want to do? This is where you just, so you know I know I'm gonna carve this, but now I gotta sit and drink coffee, have a smoke, and think of what I want to do. Same with you guys. Just don't rush it, but you got to get on it. You got to, what are you gonna do? You know, you got to inspect the piece. How much thickness do I have here? I cleaned up all the inside so it looks clean, but some of the stuff here is punky wood. I don't know what type of wood this is. It's starting to spalt in there. There was lots of rotten wood in here I had to clean out. It's either birch wood or maybe cottonwood. Anyways, I'm just sitting here wasting your guys' time, but I'm thinking of doing a wood, like maybe a wizard here hat. Do I have enough room to do it? Because if I did a hat, the face would have to be smaller to get the hat inside, the hat up there. It would be like one of my old wizard with the cloth hats. Or do I just want to do a big wood spirit? Then I can do whatever I want on the sides. All right, so I just pulled this light. You see there's the plug cord down there. out of my bedroom. This is what I did last year, I think. I love this piece. You see all the negative space in there where I cut through? I think this was a different type carving. Like, it wasn't a wood spirit, but later on I made it a wood spirit. And you see it's all like cut through. That's negative space. So that's kind of what I want to create with this. So I never mind my scribbling, all the scribble lines there, those aren't going to be I scribbled those lines out because, well, I'm not going to carve it. So there's my eyebrows, there's my nose here, and the top of my forehead. I got to remember, I got to make it so you don't, I think I'll probably use those, what are they, string lights? You know, the thin lights that glue on top of I'll probably use that string light, strip lights up inside here. I hope I have some here. But anyways, what I'm going to do is start carving this. Probably do a time lapse, but I am going to use the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. If anybody wants to get these burrs, just go to the description below. It'll take you to the Kutzall site. You'll save yourself 5%. So my idea is to make this something like that, but not like that. Different. Same negative space. All right, so this is what I got so far. It's super hard to film, so I'm going to speed up that carving, do a voiceover, because I had to move this piece all over the place. I'm not too sure if it was in the camera. You know, this piece was about, like, what did I have? Maybe an inch tops. Well, it's not consistent. The just carved rub tape measure, so not even an inch. More like 3/4 or half an inch thickness. But when you're doing Dremel carving, an inch is quite a bit of depth, actually. Like, you know, it carves slow, so you do have to realize that you only have an inch, but you can go for depth. I tried to do this piece without cutting through, so I can see what I got going on here, if that makes sense. So don't be too worried about cutting through when you're doing a piece like this, because you're going to cut through eventually. But I didn't cut through yet because I want to plan my cut through. And so what, you know, at this stage, so this will be his beard rolling off here on both sides. I tried to make both sides of the face equal. What I look for is the nostril. This point meets this point. They're both the same. They come down the same. I look for this point down here and this point of the cheek. The mustache will roll off here. The eyes, I try and make the eyes the same length between each one. The nose, I try and do the nose best I can. There's some parts of this wood that's hard, some parts that's soft. The deeper I carve, getting it into the inside of the log, the softer it gets. So that's when I knew, like up in this forehead, I knew I was going to cut through pretty soon because it was getting super soft. So you just have to, I don't know, just if you're not having fun, then don't do it. I'm having fun right now. So where do I want to cut through here? Well, first of all, you got the hair. Right now, you can do the hair. You can make it so it comes off like this. Like that. You can make it so it comes down like the Jesus hair. You can do any type of hair you want, really. I think I'm going to go for the wild, crazy carving fusion type hair like this. Make it all come up like this. Like that. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Slow down, Jordy. Bang, 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 bang. Where do I want to cut through? Because I don't want my light. Let me see here. This is like, it's hard to explain things on video. So you got that hole here, the bum hole, pimples on it. The light will have to go up here because you don't want to see. I want to cut through this head. I want to cut through right about here. And then because where I cut through, I don't want it to be all on one side. I want there to look like rotten all over the face. And the eye, I'll probably cut some of this out here, make that hollow in here. That's what I'm talking about. And then here down this side, and then so boom, 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 and then who knows? Maybe let's see. Trying to make them all. Where would we want to go over here? Maybe some cut through right here. So we'll just kind of highlight in there. Maybe, possibly, I can even carve this one a real eye here. So, anyways, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to carve the hair in first. Then I'm going to cut through right here. So that's, this eye's rotten. It's all rotten wood and stuff like that, and make it all look rotten and kind of spiky, if that makes any sense. Anyways, carry on. So this is what I got so far. So you see how that thinner bits make the points sharper in there. I could even use like one of those cheap aluminum cutters to make them even sharper, but that's good enough. So what was going on here is I kind of carved out the eye. I didn't like the way it was, so I looked at it and I said, hey, that kind of looks like a spooky skull. Half of, so it was like this, and then like this. These two pieces were done. And then so whatever. I just, let me get a pencil here. Oops. So then I carved this out to kind of match that side. So like an eye, and a nose. My piece. Don't care. I'll carve what I want. And I did have a real eye carved in here. I said, you know what? I hollowed it out. So that's what we got. This kind of looks like a heart here. You know, you got to think of how it will look when the light's on too, right? So you won't really see much of this face, but you'll see the hollow spots. I could almost carve this out a little bit more and make it kind of like this and hollow out right here. Make it look kind of like a screaming face. But anyways, that's what we got so far. Oh, this is a little from my Amazon store, from you guys buying stuff from my Amazon store. I was able to buy this. There's a little stone skull. I think this might be the dragon's blood one, but I was going to use this for my wizard. I was going to cut the back off, make it flat, and I was going to use this for my wizard's belt buckle thing. Put this in there, but it's a little bit too late. So that's a pretty neat little skull. It's comes with a huge catalog with, I'm not trying to sell it to you guys, but it comes, there's like lots of neat stuff that they make out of the stones in here. Anyways, just thought I'd show you guys that. So now, what route do I want to go, or do you guys want to go when you're carving a piece like this? What do I want to carve here? What do I want to carve here? Actually, I don't even need to carve anything. But somebody, I think the first video I was asking you guys' opinion, what should I carve on this? Lots of people said those spirals. Those will be in here. But if you look at this, this kind of looks like a open screaming mouth. Now I kind of wanted to carve an owl and put an owl here. And then carve a hole and have an owl in here too. But I don't think that's going to happen on this piece now, since it's changed directions. This looks like a screaming mouth. Ah, somebody said that, and I agree. I could maybe try and carve an eye here and an eye up there, but I'm just not sure. This is when you kind of need to sit back, drink your coffee, and realize what you want to carve. I do think on this side, oh, look how much depth I got there, but all that will break off. I think on this side, carve a a wood spirit looking this way. You can kind of see a nose here right now. So that would be a nose, and the mustache would be coming down here. This would be your eyebrow. Or it could be like some kind of crazy, like this would be a mustache right here. That's how you could use the crack. And this would be your mustache. Then you can have the beard coming up here, blowing this way. Inquiring minds want to know. Coffee time. And this is not to like say, look what I'm doing, look what I can do. No. This is just to help you guys open up your mind when you get a weird, crazy piece of wood. If you want to carve a friggin' killer whale on it, carve a whale. You want to carve a goose, carve a goose. Carve whatever you want. But the most important part is to have fun. Now, this just kind of looks like it's like a tongue hanging out there. You'll see all different sorts of things when you do the negative space stuff. Anyways, so this is kind of what I'm talking about. So here's the beard, the mustache, right? Blowing this way. The nose would be right here. I have to cut this back, get rid of all this wood here. Then your eyebrow up here. Not this one, but up here. But you're taking a chance because all this wood is cracked and stuff inside here. So the question is, should I go for it or what should I do? When you're going for a look like I'm going for, sometimes you need to carve in the back. You can see here where I had to carve deep inside here to get that hollow. And just like you have to carve around the back to get the look that you're going for. So this is what we got so far. This wood spirit, I had a real eye carved in there, and I didn't like it, so I carved it out. Kind of, see the nose is here. Got a big, fat, pudgy nose, and then the beard, the mustache is blowing up and under here, and then down here, then the beard comes from underneath. So I kind of gave it a skull eye. I'm not too sure if I like this. He doesn't have a head, but I'm not too sure if I like the way this is like that. I might carve that off and make it smooth, but I think it says what it is. Now, I got kind of an eye drawn on here for this open mouth screaming beast. Now, is that what I want to do with that end piece? This has been about 2.5 hours heavy carving. Do I want to hollow this out? I made it so like there would be like a dragon's eye in there or a round eye in the bottom. Or I'll just hollow it right out. I wish I could ask you guys what I should do, but I can't. So I'm just going to do it and get her done. So one thing for all you lamp carvers out there, you got to take note when you got to remember this all the time that you're carving with the negative space. You always have to leave a, see, I carved a track in there for those lights. You got to remember where you got to make sure that you don't carve hollow where you want to put the lights. Anyways, this is starting to get pretty delicate. I just left this wood spirit with kind of like a skull eye, hollow down here, hollow, wood spirit. And this is what I got, came up with the big end screaming face. So there's an eye here. I left that pupil in there. Why not? There's an eye up there. And just kind of, it's a dark piece. That's for sure. Well, I enjoyed carving it. It was fun to carve. So this is a time, if you don't know how to, you don't have to put a finish on this. You can lightly burn it, but I'm not going to burn this wood. It's super soft and punky in some areas. You'll just burn away the detail. So I reached out to Spike today. It's normally just carve Rob, but today it was Spike. And I asked him how I should finish it. Dark brown mahogany with a black wash or gray with a black wash. And Spike said gray with a black wash. So I agree with Spike. So this is just acrylic paint with some black in here. It was white. Oh boy, slow down, Jordy. It was white paint with lots of water. And I put some black in here. And this is the color of gray I wanted. Now doing this, I'm not going to be able to finish this video today. This carving is going to have to be 2 parts. So here is the gray. Let's get the gray on. The whole piece. Yeah. All right, so this will be a little bit hard to film. Just put her on. Let her soak in. It's messy, but this is something that you'd do at nighttime. This will make it look like, well, just like an old creepy thing. I didn't sand it too great. I sanded it good enough the way I wanted it. So you can see all on here, all the gray. So how about I get all this gray on, because I want to put some music on when I'm doing this. And, well, I'll be back. Got to let this dry overnight before you, because I'm going to do the gray. I got to get some clear coat, some of that Rust-Oleum stuff that I use. Do the gray, let it dry overnight, spray it with the Rust-Oleum, then do the black wash. All right. All right. Music time. So I've decided that I'll do this all in one video. I did 2 colors of gray, like a light gray, then I mixed up a darker gray, because I had to do the inside too for when there's lights and stuff and you don't see the wood color. So then it was bleeding out when I was doing the inside. It was bleeding out on the outside and it kind of looked weird. So then I just went around and made some darker spots too. So you can also dry this with your heat gun. And let it really dry good. I'm not going to be able to get the Rust-Oleum clear coat till tomorrow. So let it dry overnight. Even let it dry 2 days. Even though that Rust-Oleum clear coat does dry over wet wood, it's better to make your wood dry and the paint dry before you put it on. Just my opinion. Let's get this all dried out here. You know, also, you could use Mod Podge, but I'm going to get the Rust-Oleum clear coat. Anyways, so basically the air dryer has dried this piece off. I want to show you guys how I got the lights in there. So those are strip lights, all right? Get them on Amazon. These are ones I had here, so I just thought I'd use them up. This is the sensor. So where's the remote control? So this sensor connects to the remote control, so you can put it off to the side or something. But also, I have a little bit of matte clear here, this Rust-Oleum stuff that I use for indoor stuff. I sprayed in the track where I'm going to put the lights, because, well, sometimes they don't glue to the wood itself, but they glue better if you have a clear coat on there. And also, I got my little heat gun there, and I put some heat gun glue things around there. So because these lights are pretty sticky, the tape on the back of them, but sometimes they're not that sticky, so I just put little dabs of hot glue in there. See where my finger is there above it? Hot glue, couple spots each place. You can really see it's kind of messy there, but anyways, now the lights are all hidden. And when I go like this, you don't see any of the lights. And you can put this sensor wherever you want to put it. Okay. Actually, I'm going to open the window now and hit it with some of this matte clear. Hope I got enough. There's not much in this can. So it's about half an hour later, and this is pretty well dry. You can see there I got my felt pen, and I just marked some teeth, some black lines in there to act as teeth. Because, well, it didn't really look good with the bottom lip. So anyways, I'm going to let this dry some more. I'm going to eat my Big Mac and have a hot bath. Then I'll come and do the black wash. My problem when I go to McDonald's is I always eat the French fries on the way home. And when I get home, I never have any fries left except a couple. Anyways. Guys like Big Macs? It's okay, like once every 2 months. You know, I gotta say, I'm the biggest hypocrite because, well, I tell people, like, take your time, let the paint dry, let the spray dry, and here I am the same night, I haven't even taken a bath yet, I've just finished my McDonald's, and now I gotta give it a black wash. I think, personally, giving it a black wash, if I had some of this stuff, the clear, the matte, the shiny stuff, this is the flat stuff, but the shiny stuff, would be better for the black wash because you'd be able to wipe it off a lot easier on the high points. The black wash is to make it for the very beginners. So you got like a deep spot in there, so the black will stay there, and then you wipe off the high points, and that's how you get like a depth in your piece. Personally, this really doesn't even need a black wash, but I'm going to give it one anyways. The only thing that's kind of out, I like everything to kind of flow in this piece. The only thing that really doesn't, when I do something like this, the only thing that doesn't really flow is this here, this big eye, but that's all right. If you look at it, it will come to life. I got another one carved up there if I didn't show that earlier. Okay, let's give it the black wash. I got it mixed up right here. Just a little bit of black paint and some water. Sometimes I do a black wash, just like straight black paint. Yep, but this one's diluted black paint, acrylic. All right, so here it is. This is going to be kind of hard to do on video, but let's try a section here first. Get up in the nostrils and stuff too, because they'll stay black. Now, the rag. See it? I always get confused when I do a black wash because, well, I think I need to make it more black because that's not, and not wipe it as much off. So yeah, I need to put more black paint in this. Less water, more paint. Ha! All right, so I got it. It's a lot thicker now. Less water, more paint. The only thing with this piece is like on the edge here by the big open mouth thing, the wood's getting pretty tender, and you kind of have to wipe this off kind of hard to get the high points. That's why I said like shiny. If it was shiny with that spray stuff, would be a lot better. I can't really see what I'm doing the way I'm holding this carving, so you guys can see on video. So you have to really scrub the high points to get it really take effect. So now this, just have to keep scrubbing. That's why I said if it was shiny, it would come off the high points a lot easier. But anyways, I got to do this all off camera. It's just, you can always get some sandpaper and kind of scuff up the high points too. So let me get this black wash done. Well, that didn't exactly work. All the black, just the wood sucked all the black in there. Because, well, I let this dry for half an hour. Come on. It takes like a real 24 hours to let this stuff really dry. So if I let the stuff really dry, it would act like a layer of plastic on the top on the surface of the wood, and then the wood would not be able to suck in the black so much because this is soft wood. It's porous. So now it's like, now you get into the save mode. Since I got experience with this kind of stuff, like rushing and screwing up. Oh, also the nose broke off of this wood spirit when I was doing it. I don't care. So now it's save mode. So Scotch Brite. Yes, let's just speed it up. Scotch Brite, Dremel flex shaft, sanding mandrel. $120 grit sandpaper to scuff up the high points. So here it comes. Don't forget to sign your pieces. So it's done, Just Carve Rob. Well, it's not done until you say it's done. So I could say this is done. I could say it's not done. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. You see scuffing it up there with the Scotch-Brite and the sandpaper? How it brings the high points back up. You know, live and learn from your mistakes. I should have listened to my inner self saying, don't do the black wash yet, Jordy. At least give it a couple coats of that spray stuff or a coat of Mod Podge. And well, you know, I didn't listen to myself. So I got the lights plugged in. Right here, I think this adapter is too powerful, and I blew some of the lights because they don't go red or orange. They only go green and blue. So let's turn this light off here. I just got to do it manually. And let's see what happens. Come on, go on. So there we go. You know, you could maybe do some mushrooms. Some things might pop out at you. Let's try different colors here. Yeah, that's not going to work. So all we got is green and blue. We don't have any reds or oranges or anything. I'll have to restring up these lights another day. Where's the fade? I think it's pretty neat anyways. Actually, I like this right. See my hand on the left? You can see the wood spirit there. Anyways, that's that. Let's turn this light back on. Now, this doesn't need to be finished until you say it's finished. If you don't like this, you could paint over it again. Let it dry like properly. Paint over it again. You could do gold leaf. I got tons of gold leaf here. I got black gold leaf. I got this. Now I'm tempted. Stand by here. I'm tempted. I've done it on some of my pieces before. I've gold leafed it red, the whole thing, and then I've gone over the red with the black, and the black cracks when you put it over the red, and it looks pretty friggin' sweet. I think somebody won a backflow incense burner or an incense burner thing that I made for, and I did the red and the black. But anyways, everybody, that's it. I started this at about, I don't know, 9:30 this morning. It's probably like 6:30 now. So this was a full day piece. And have fun what you're doing. If you're not having fun, come on, turn on. If you're not having fun, then don't do it. Right? I'm having fun. More wood spirit videos to come for all the haters. Carry on. Carbon Fusion. Over and out. It's going to be a long video. Get out of there, you nasty lights. Yeah, I have to buy some better ones.